Hi everyone, Andy Davis here again from Master of Voice, a YouTube channel with reaction videos for performers across the world. Today another Dimash reaction video, this time episode 8 of the Singer series back in 2017. There's a lot going on beforehand in this episode. I was so happy again to take your advice and use Gloria Wu's channel. If you haven't looked at her channel yet and subscribed, please do so. But she has such great translations, specifically English for myself, and I was so thrilled to be able to watch the background part of this episode and get a little more context before we jump into the reaction. There's so much going on. First of all, he fell ill before this performance. He had to go to the doctor and seek treatment. I assume it was steroid injections. I saw them working with injections. Even the doctor, though, was a fan of his. I found that fun. No, but even the producers of the show are trying to give him encouragement. It shows a bit of the background of his knowledge of this song. This was the first Chinese song he ever heard at age 10, and he said it just made him tremble when he first heard it. Of course, they've just told that to the audience, so I'm sure that will play a part in the reaction from the audience. And there's just the backstory of the song itself. Han Hong, the original composer, performer of this song, had actually written it back in 1999 after an accident in China, a rail car accident, I believe, which had left a child orphaned. She actually went on to adopt that child. So there's just so much going on with this song already. So let's jump in and see how Dimash does after his vocal illness and being treated earlier in the day.
那是一个秋天，风儿那么强烈，让我强拒他们那双无助的眼，只在那微烈风景相伴的地方，无尽的雨水吹向城市深谷。就是那个秋天，才看不到爸爸的脸，那样他的憧憬，偷起我重生的起点，陪着泪水长满了双眼，不要离开，不要说开，我看到爸爸妈妈就这么走远，路在我身边，陌生的温湿点，不知道未来还会有什么风景。
You guys, this is a sad song when you know the background. Oh yes, I'm feeling what she is feeling right now. I can't even, I have lost my father, and so that it's just, but to be a young child and through a tragedy. But I like what Dimash is doing here vocally. He is relying on an audience connection. It doesn't have to be showy and full of huge sounds just yet. He may open up into that, but as I mentioned in the Sandy Lamb video, he's using a little bit of breathiness and almost spoken-like tone to really emphasize the lyrics there and connect with the audience. Then he used his breath to float up into a nice supported chest voice sound. And it's just really nice so far, but the background is really what's getting me. While we're stopped, though, I will say that this show is so well produced. It's just really wonderful. All of the instrumentalists, the choirs, when they're involved in numbers, they're just so professional and top-notch. I had never heard of this series before, the Singer series. And I love getting to know it more, that the audience, they're the judges, The performers are seasoned normally, and I really enjoy this. We don't have anything like this in America, and so I love this series. Let's continue on with Daybreak by Dimash.
我想用紧紧抓住她的手，妈妈告诉我，希望还会有看到太阳出来，妈妈笑了。天亮了，只是一个夜晚，天上星星点点，我在梦里看见。 我的妈妈一样在大街上用气眼去讲，你不要离开，不要让开。我看到爸爸，我看到爸爸妈妈就这么作业，留在我在那不舍的人前面，有我会。
Beautiful. That was so well done. He really pulled through this vocal issue he was having. And a lot of times that does happen. After you can get help through steroids, you were able to move through the performance. Maybe not at full voice. I could tell that it was not 100% Dimash in this performance. However, he did open up into some big, nice chest voice sounds. That signature rock scream he has going on, or the rock edginess quality to his upper chest voice. He utilized head voice well when he did it, and he really, really pulled off this performance. His stage presence was also a large part of that. He really connected to the audience through that. And you know, a lot of my enjoyment of this competition show is seeing his fellow competitors react to him singing. They are just as much a part of the audience, and you can tell they really appreciate his talent. And so, you know, some of them have to be shaking their heads like, where did this guy come from? This kid come from? That was just so wonderful. Knowing the backstory of this can really get you, though. And then knowing that he was having some vocal issues. Now, sometimes when you get steroid treatment, the after effects can be worse, actually, than before. So it takes you through, but then once it dissipates and goes away, you're back to having the same vocal issue and maybe sometimes a little worse. So I hope that didn't happen to him. I'll see how he performs the next episode. But I can see where these competition shows really stress the singer, not only mentally but physically, and that translates to your larynx, your voice box as well. I really thought he pulled through on this song. It was so beautifully done. I love being a Dimash dear with you all. He's really hooked me. His voice is phenomenal. I hope you enjoyed this reaction to Daybreak. If you did, please hit like below. Click subscribe if you haven't already done so. Leave me a comment below as to what you think about this video and more songs from him or other artists you want to hear me react to. I've also linked below to my Ko-fi account, Coffee if you will. It's the internet's virtual tip jar. If you like what I'm doing here and have the means to do so, I would enjoy any contribution you can make to support my channel and to support more content in the future. I hope you have a great day. Thanks.